Naradeva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lila Shri Vishadaginamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kandana Mosde Taptakanjala Gaurangi Shri Radhi Vrindavani Shri Rishabhana Sudhe Devi Pranamami Priye Vancha Kalpadaru Vesha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patidana Bhavani Pyo Vaishnavi Pyo Namo Nama Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Kasha Derish Tarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So chapter 11, the universal form. So we'll start with the practical demonstration of the Krishna's with opulence of Vibhuti. So first 8 slokas is about Arjuna's request and Krishna's description of his universal form. And section 2, that is 9 to 14 slokas about Sanjay's description of Arjuna's vision of the universal form or the Virat Rupa. Okay, so that's how it is divided. So in chapter 10, it was the theory of the universal form. Chapter 11 is about the practical aspect of it. Okay. Okay, so this is just a plan, okay, for today's plan, lesson plan. So link to the previous chapters. After hearing Krishna's words in chapter 10, like he says, with a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support the entire universe. Ekamshena Siddho Jagat. Arjuna wishes to see that all-pervasive form of the Lord. So in chapter 11, Krishna proves himself as the Supreme Lord and establishes the criteria. Anyone who claims to be God must also show the Virat Rupa. So 1 to 4 is about Arjuna's request. Arjuna is actually requesting to Krishna to show the universal form. And 5 to 8 is about Krishna's description of the universal form. So one who understands the Lord's nature, one can understand only through the mercy of the Lord. So 11.1 is Arjuna acknowledging Krishna's grace. Arjuna uvaja mad anugrahaya paramam guhyam adhyatmam samhitam yat vayoktam vachastena moho ayam vigato mama. Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. So what was the qualification which Arjuna had so that he could get this knowledge? What was the qualification which Arjuna had?
He was a friend and devotee, Mataji.
Yeah, devotee of the Lord. Then one more.
Friend Mataji.
Was a friend, Bhaktosi Sakacheti. Yes, friend, devotee. Then what else? What else was the other qualification?
Non-envious. He was non-envious.
Yes, non-envious. Very nice. Yes. And
kind and soft-hearted person.
Kind and soft-hearted. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Kind and soft-hearted. Yes. So these were the some of the qualifications. He was a devotee, he was a friend, kind and soft-hearted, and non-envious. So these are the qualifications where he's saying that by my hearing the instructions you have given me. So Arjuna is saying that Arjuna heard the instructions through the years. So effect of hearing is most confidential knowledge. So Prabhupada was saying Arjuna never had a book and a pen or something to understand Bhagavad Gita. In 45 minutes, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita and Arjuna completely understood. It was Dwapar Yuga. And then as Kali Yuga progressed, what happened? Manda Sumanda Madhya Bandha Vagyo. Our memory decreased. And then we now need a soft copy, hard copy, everything, all the gadgets and book, paper, pen. Then only we'll be able to remember the Shastras because the memory has gone down so much. So Krishna's Vibhuti, Arjuna heard it of all one's illusion is dispelled. And what is the illusion that got dispelled is that Krishna is an ordinary friend of human beings. So that was the illusion we all had. Now that will be gone by seeing the universal form. One should know that Krishna is the source of everything, that Krishna is the cause of all cause, and is present in everyone's heart as the super soul. So universal form is it material or spiritual? The universal form.
It is spiritual, Mataji.
Spiritual? Does anyone think it's material?
It is spiritual water.
Spiritual. Is it permanent or temporary?
Temporary.
Temporary. Does it exist in the spiritual world? The universal form?
No.
No. Temporary.
Why did actually Krishna show the universal form? What were the 3-4 reasons? I think Bhagavad Gita explains 3 or 4 reasons. 4 reasons. Why did Krishna show the universal form? One is
Hare Krishna Mataji, to set a criteria that
Very
nobody
nice.
should
Yes.
claim that I am God.
Yeah, to set a criteria in future that nobody should come and say, I'm God. No, if somebody comes and say, you can ask them to show the universal form. To set a criteria in future, to set a criteria. So that is the one of the reason. Second,
To show that he is the source of everything.
yeah, to show that he is the Supreme Lord and he's not an ordinary person. Yes, to convince others. Okay. Arjuna was already convinced, to convince others that Krishna is not an ordinary person. To establish Krishna's divinity. Yes. To show how great Krishna is. Yes. To convince others. Yes. So what is the first reason? See, Arjuna is asking for it, no? Arjuna asked to show the universal form. You'll see in the next slokas, Arjuna is asking for it. Please, Krishna, I want to see that form from where everything emanates. Because after hearing the Chatur Sloki, the Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, Aham Agrihideva and all that, then Arjuna is like, I want to see it. Because Arjuna already know it. Arjuna is Vishaka Saki, he already know. But you don't want others to see. So to demolish the fact that Krishna is an ordinary friend, just to show that he's a Supreme Lord. So Arjuna has asked to see the form, to prove others that Krishna is not an ordinary person, and to set a criteria in future that nobody will come. But then what are any other avatar have shown the universal form or avatari?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shown.
Shown to whom?
I think to Advaita Acharya.
Advaita Acharya, yes. So that's called Mahaprakash Leela, where Nimai Pandit, okay, he was Nimai Pandit, and he went to Gaya to do the final rites of his father, and then Jagannath Mishra, Jagannath Mishra. So when he went to Gaya, he met Ishwarapuri. So Nimai Pandit became a great devotee, and then after coming back, he used to have evening kirtans in Srivas Angan, right? Srivas Thakur's house. So at that time, one of the kirtan time, he showed the universal form to Advaita Acharya. So that means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Krishna himself, Avatari. No other incarnations, Varahadev, Vamanadev or Narasimhadev, nobody could show the universal form because they are all avatars or expansion. When Krishna himself only could show, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also showed the Mahaprakash Leela. So that is also that the universal form. So the devotee asked for it, right? Just for the devotee, Krishna showed it. But here in the Dwapariga, he was showing for non-devotees. It's just a temporary form, but it's not material. Krishna's any form, even if Krishna comes in a pig form as Shukar Rupa or Varahadev, still he is transcendental. So always Krishna's, all the forms are transcendental. And the universal form come under which category? Is it a personal, impersonal, or midway, or where does it come? Towards which?
Impersonal.
Impersonal. It's impersonal. It's not a personal form actually. Okay, it comes more to the Brahman aspect of the Lord, the impersonal factor. Even though it has millions of legs and heads and belly and all that, still Prabhupada mentions that it comes near to, because it's just a temporary form. It's not an eternal form of the Lord. And it's just to prove his supremacy, even to the non-devotees. That's it. Krishna doesn't, and devotee doesn't like to see that form, right? Krishna, later on, you can see Arjuna will ask, please, I don't want to see this form. Come to the 400, come to the original 200 form, he'll say. So now, so Arjuna has asked for the form. So that's why Krishna showed it. Bhavapyayu bhutanam shrato vistara somaya Tvata Kamala Patraksha Mahatmyam Apicha Vyayam. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. So Krishna is called lotus-eyed. So what is another name of Krishna because he's lotus-eyed? Yes?
Aravindaksha.
Aravindaksha, yes. Any other name?
Padmanabha.
Padmanabha is the navel.
Navel.
Padmalochana. Padmalochana, yeah. Aravindaksha or Padmalochana. Then what does Kunti Maharani call him?
Vasu.
Pankaja Netraya.
Pankaja Netraya, yeah. So Pankaja Netraya. All these are different names for lotus eye. Why Krishna's eyes compared to the lotus? Anyone know? Lotus eye. Lotus. You've seen the shape of the lotus flower, the petals? It's like this, no, so elongated. So Krishna's eyes are like that, so elongated. It seems it even touches the near the ears, so long, and Krishna do the side glance to Radharani. That's like lotus side, so sharp and nice. So out of joy, after being assured by Krishna that he is the source of all creation and maintenance and destruction, in spite of Krishna being the source of all appearance and disappearance, he's still aloof from it. So Arjuna wants to see that form. Krishna, he's saying that I have heard in detail about you, but then I want to see that form. In the next, he says that Arjuna desires to see the Krishna's universal form. So Krishna fulfills the desires of a devotee, right? If it's pure, Krishna will definitely fulfill. So Arjuna has asked for it. This should be your first reason why Krishna showed the universal form, because Arjuna asked for it. Arjuna desired to see the universal form. So Krishna showed the universal form. Evam etat tattvam atmanam parameshwaram drashtamichhami te rupam aishwaryam purushottama. O greatest of all personalities, or supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I want to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. So this is that light. I want to see that form of yours. So Arjuna asked for it. Arjuna desired. Otherwise, Krishna wouldn't have shown to Arjuna. But Krishna is showing because Arjuna asked for it. Now the question is, which eyes do we have, or which eyes do we need to see Krishna? What is that eyes called? There are different types of eyes, no?
Premanjana Churita.
Premanjana. So you should need prema eyes, or the eyes smeared with the ointment of love to see the Lord, right? So, but normally what eyes do we have now?
Charma Chakshus.
Charma Chakshus. Yeah, Charma Chakshus. Now Arjuna needs the divine eyes to see Krishna, right? So Arjuna is seeing Krishna in two-handed form. To see Krishna in two-handed form, you should have prema Chakshus. That is love. That's the highest. Now, Charma Chakshus is the lowest. That is material eyes, blind eyes. We can't see Krishna with that. Now, divine eyes is there, which sees the universal form. And above that is Prema Chakshus. Now, Arjuna already got Prema Chakshus. He's already seeing Krishna in two-handed form. Now, why he's going down? You understood? Charma Chakshus, Divine Chakshus, and Prema Chakshus. And there's something called Shastra Chakshus, in seeing things through the Shastras. Now, Arjuna is already in the Prema platform. Now, why is he coming down to see the universal form? He's already seeing Krishna in the two-handed form, which the gopis, even Devi Devadas cannot see Krishna in that two-handed form. Arjuna is already in the platform of seeing Krishna in two-handed form. Now Arjuna will get divine chakshus. Krishna will give to see the universal form. But he already have prema chakshus, no? You understood my question?
To convince others.
Yes, to convince others. See, for example, an Uttama Adhikari cannot preach. You know why? Why does an Uttama? There are three types of devotees: Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. Uttama Adhikaris cannot preach. Why?
They see everybody equal, Mataji. Pandita Samadarshina.
Pandita Samadarshana. More than that, they see everyone equal. Then more than that, what does an Uttama Adhikari see? What is the qualification of an Uttama Adhikari? Ganeshan Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji, they feel that they are lower than the other devotees and they are not qualified to.
They think everyone else is the devotee except me, no? Jagai Madai se, Mui se papist. What is, what's his name? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. He's saying that I am worse, I'm more lower than the worm in a stool. That's a real humble situation actually. But Uttama Adhikari is like that. Uttama Adhikari sees everybody as devotee except him. So an Uttama Adhikari cannot preach because he sees everyone as devotees except him. Oh, everyone is a Vaishnava. I'm not a Vaishnava. That's a highest stage, okay? Highest stage. In neophyte stage, we think we are Vaishnavas, others are all not devotees. Huh? But then in Uttama Adhikari, they think, oh, see his Bhakti. Very nice devotees they are. I am not a devotee. That's how Uttama Adhikari say. So how can he preach? Because he sees devotee everywhere, no? So an Uttama Adhikari has to come down to a Madhyama Adhikari state, where a Madhyama Adhikari can see devotees and non-devotees. Madhyama Adhikari sees four things. What are they? I'm going out of the topic, but still. Just came. A Madhyama Adhikari sees four things. What are they?
Those who are equal to him.
Okay.
And then those who are not devotees.
He sees
Devotees and non-devotees.
He sees non-devotees, devotees. He
Towards
sees
the Lord.
Krishna. He sees the Lord, yes, and he sees the envious people. Okay, so Madhyama Adhikari sees four things. Ishvara Tadadinishu Balisheshu Sucha Prema Maitri Kripa Upeksha Yetkadoti Samadhyama. So this is the definition of Madhyama. Ishvara Tadadinishu Balisheshu Sucha. So 4 things he sees. Ishvara, he sees God. Tadadinishu, his devotees, he sees the devotees. Balisheshu, he sees the innocent people. And Sucha means he sees the atheist or not envious people. And he does 4 things. What are they? Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Prema, he loves God. Maitri, he makes friendship with devotees. Kripa, he shows mercy to the innocent. And Upeksha, he ignores the atheist. So these are the 4 things what Madhyama Adhikari is. A Madhyama Adhikari can see who's a devotee, non-devotee, so he preach. So similarly, Uttama Adhikari has to come down to Madhyama Adhikari state to preach. Similarly, Arjuna is already in the Prema state or a Bhava stage with Krishna. He had to come down to our level so that we understand what Krishna is. So that in Prema eyes, he can see the 2-handed form. He came down to get the divine eyes in order to convince us that Krishna is not an ordinary person, to convince the common people that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead himself. Because when you go to the chemistry lab, I think almost all have gone, you do some experiment, Benedict's test or something, there will be a ring, for diabetic patients, you put a solution and there will be a ring formed. So theory, how much ever you mug up, you won't be able to understand. But you go to the chemistry lab, you take the ingredients and mix them and see the ring you'll never forget in your life. That's what practical is important. Cooking, how much of a theory you get, now you have to do it. Initially, some problem happens, but that's how you learn. Then even driving, you need practice. So similarly, to see Krishna also, you need that practice. So here it is said that Arjuna knows Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. In theory, he's explained in the 10th chapter so many opulences, but practically he should show. No, not for Arjuna. Arjuna already knows, but to convince others, to establish Krishna's divinity. That is another reason why Krishna showed the universal form. First reason was Arjuna asked for it. Arjuna desired to see that form. Second, to establish that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead to the convince other common people. Okay, to convince others. And to set a criteria. So these are some of the reasons. To convince others, although he does not have any personal desire and is completely satisfied to see him in personal form. Actually, Arjuna didn't have any desire, but he developed his desire so as to invoke Krishna to show the form. Again, Krishna is addressed as Purusha Uttama. Best among Purusha implies that Lord is the supreme personality Godhead and knows the heart of Arjuna that he has no personal desire to see. To avoid imposters, Arjuna want to set a criteria so that in future there will be so many imposters who will pose as incarnation of God. They'll come and say, I am God, I am God. Then we can ask them to show the universal form, to set a criteria. So Arjuna desired to see it. Then to convince the common people that Krishna is the supreme personality Godhead, Arjuna want to set a criteria so as to in future there'll be so many imposters. So Arjuna has a responsibility, wants to substantiate Krishna's statement. So in future, people can understand that Krishna, not only theoretically or philosophically, but actually presented himself. So as such to Arjuna, Arjuna fulfills his responsibility because he's the beginning of the parampara. Manyase yadi tachakyam maya drashtum idi prabho yogeshwara tado me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O Lord, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So what is Krishna's another name? Because he's the master of mystic power. Yes?
Yogeshwara.
Yogeshwara, nice, yes. So he's the master of this mystic power. So like different siddhis are there, no? Ashta siddhis, Anima, Legima, Mahima. So Krishna is the master of all the siddhis. So Arjuna is like, if my eyes can hold that cosmic form, please show me the unlimited universal form. Arjuna pleads and does not order to Krishna show it, no, to see the universal form. He is requesting. So what are the qualifications to see the Lord? Only by revelation, by the mercy of the Lord. Therefore, Arjuna requests and pleads and not orders. Not possible by mental speculation or perception of by material senses. Because the living entity as infinitesimal spiritual spark cannot know the unlimited infinite. Arjuna admits his limitation as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. So that's what it is said. Ada Shri Krishna Navadi Naba Vedrahya Vindre Sevan Mukhe Jikvato Swayam Eva Spuratyada. No one can understand Krishna with this blunt material senses, right? Nama Adi means Nama Rupa Gunalila, name, form, quality, past time. but he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service unto him. We can't, Prabhupada's like, we can't order Krishna. No, Krishna, now I'm qualified. Come in front of me. I want to see you. No, he's not an Adhikari. When Krishna becomes pleased by our service, then Krishna manifests. Like in Madhavendra Puri, he came as Gopal. So many places with Srila Prabhupada. So somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, did you see God? Do you see God? Prabhupada's like, if I say yes, how do you know? Because did you see God? Like, for example, if you have to know the quality of gold, you should be a goldsmith. You should know you should be an expert person to say that this is gold or rolled gold or whatever, it's an imitation. You should be able to see, you should be an expert. So for similarly, you should know who God is. Then you can know that I have seen God. Then that person is like, no, I don't know who God is. I don't have the qualification. Prabhupada's like, okay, now I'll tell you that the right thing. Yes, I have seen Krishna every time and every moment I see God. That's what Prabhupada said. Every moment. So that's how a pure devotee sees God. Not in his personal form, maybe, because all Bhumi, Rapo, Nalovai, all the material energies of Krishna, right? Yes, in personal form also they see. So Lord is addressed as Yogeshwara, to point out his inconceivable potency by which infinite can reveal to the finite. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself until one fully surrenders in Krishna consciousness and engage in transcendental loving service. So we should completely surrender to Krishna. Then when Krishna is pleased, he reveals. Okay, this is about the group activity. Anyway, we'll come to the breakout room later. Should a person exhibiting, okay, this is just we'll just have a whole class discussion. Should a person exhibiting magical feats, miracles be accepted as God? What is the flaw in accepting such a person as God? Like somebody does a magical feast, like somebody takes ash from the air or do some miracle. Should they be accepted as God? How do you accept somebody as God? What is the criteria? Yes. What is the criteria to accept somebody as God?
To bona fide master, Mataji. To bona fide master.
Very nice. If a bona fide spiritual master should certify or should tell us that he is God. Yes, but that's one thing. Then
It will be mentioned in the Shastras also.
Shastras, yes, it has to be mentioned in the Shastras. Then two things we got: Guru, Shastra, and more. Sadhus. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Okay, so these three things. Yes, Shastra is the best actually, because even in Kalki Avatar, like already the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned in Shambhala Grama. He'll be born, the Kalki Avatar will be born as a son of Vishnu Yashas. So everything, he'll come in a white horse with a sword and everything is given. So Prabhupada's like, somebody posts and say, I'm Kalki, you can ask his father's name and which village he's coming from. So like that, every incarnation is mentioned in the Shastras. So Avatar nahi kahe ami Avatar. Avatar will never say I am Avatar, I am Avatar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never said he is God. In fact, he says, I'm not God, I'm the devotee. And he closes his ears and run Vishnu. Somebody say he's Krishna. Right? He doesn't. Only to close his ears, like Ramananda Rai, that's Arjuna himself, no? He revealed the form, the Radha Krishna form. Otherwise, he never revealed to anybody. So only to close associates. So somebody does magical feats, they should not be accepted as God. Why? Because Prabhupada says the Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra should recognize them. Otherwise, we should not accept anybody as the Supreme Lord. Shri Bhagavanu Vaja Pashyame Partha Rupani Shadashod Adasahasrasaha Nana Vidani Divyani Nana Varnakriti Cha. The Supreme Personality Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of very divine and multicolored forms. Now Krishna is explaining, he didn't start showing the form, but he's explaining that my form is going to have hundreds and thousands of multicolor. Krishna is describing the universal form. The universal form is transcendental. It is transcendental. It's not material, it's spiritual, but temporary, because it's subject to temporary time of materialization. Because Krishna is absolute truth. Anything coming from Krishna is also truth. Or Krishna is complete. Purnam Purnamada Purnamitam Purnat Purnamadachade Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. That's what Isha Upanishad invocation says. Krishna is complete. Whatever Krishna creates is also complete. Even after creation, Krishna still remains complete. So the universal form is also complete form, but it's temporary. It's transcendental. It's spiritual. And it is manifested and unmanifested like material nature, not eternally situated in the spiritual sky. It's not present in the spiritual world. It's just a temporary form in this material world. Krishna just exhibits. The universal form is not possible to be seen by ordinary man. Krishna must give one the power to see it. Like we give their common example, the 3D film where you go, you have the 3D specs. Otherwise, it will be so blurred, no, all the pictures. So similarly, we should have the divine eyes to see the universal form. The wonderful forms with different manifestation of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all the demigods, everyone. Because Krishna said, Aham Adirhi Devanam. Now he has to prove that he is the source of demigods. So everyone is going to be there. No one have ever seen or heard this before. Even Arjuna, a personal friend and most advanced learned man, did not know all about Krishna. So why it is said that no one have seen or heard of it before? But somebody have seen already. Who else before this exhibiting the universal form? Who else saw the universal form before?
Dhritarashtra Mataji.
Dhritarashtra? He is blind.
Sanjaya.
Who?
Mataji, when he asked, he should.
Told to Duryodhana, but he did not.
Duryodhana. Yes, Duryodhana have seen the form. Then who else?
Mataji, he gives the divine vision, no Mataji, Dhritarashtra. I heard like that, Mataji. For Dhritarashtra.
That is later, no? I'm asking before this is showing this universal form here in the battlefield. Yes, he showed to Duryodhana because when Krishna went to have a peace, no? Like Krishna didn't want the war to happen. So Krishna went and spoke to Duryodhana that please give at least 5 villages to the Pandavas. Don't do this. Please avoid the war. But then that time Duryodhana was so adamant and Krishna had showed the universal form to Duryodhana. What about Yashoda Maya? Didn't she see it in the Mridabakshan Leela when Krishna ate mud? He exhibited the universe, different universes. But then why is it said no one have seen this before? Duryodhana have seen, Yashoda Maya have seen. Why is it said so no one have seen?
Maybe because they didn't accept it.
They are saying only the pure devotees have not seen before, Mataji. Is it like that, Mataji?
No, it just said no one have seen. See 11.6. Pashyedityan vasundrudran ashwino marutastata bahuni adrishta purvani pashyas bharata. O best of Bharata, see here the different manifestation of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one have ever seen or heard before. It's not mentioned any devotee or something. Just mentioned nobody have seen.
They have not understood, Mataji.
Not understood. Okay.
Mataji, due to the Yogamaya Shakti, they immediately forgot.
Duryodhana didn't forget. Yes, Yashoda Maya forgot because she thought like, I thought he ate mud, but the whole universe is there. She saw the whole universe. She saw herself inside, but then immediately the Yogamaya came. That's only for Yashoda Maya, but Duryodhana, the Yogamaya didn't act. He's a non-devotee. Okay, what happened is this universal form which he's going to show to Arjuna, it is complete. It is going to have the Kala Roop also. You've seen the pictures, there'll be like so many snakes and then fire coming. The Kala form is also there, the death form. The Kala form is there. Okay, so that's a Kala Rupa is also there. So this is the complete form. What Duryodhana saw was part of it. He didn't see the Kala form. And what Yashoda Maya saw also, there was no Kala form in it. Because she might get scared by seeing that form. So Krishna exhibited a part of the universal form to Duryodhana and Yashoda Maya. But the complete universal form, including the Kala Rupa, the Virat Rupa and Kala Rupa, it is both inside. Kala Rupa, you understood that the death part, death personified. That is how the fire coming out and all that. The very scary part. That nobody saw. That Krishna showed only to Arjuna. That's why it is said nobody have seen or heard of it before, because the first time Krishna is going to exhibit the full universal form, the Virat main Rupa. Arjuna could see the entire universe, all moving and non-moving, sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientist cannot see the other part of the universe, which a pure devotee could see easily. Arjuna could see the past, present, and future. That's why in the 7th sloka. Ihegastam jagat krishnam pashedyach sacharacharam mama dehe guda kesha yechanyat Drashtamichasi. Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see. So whatever Krishna desired, Arjuna desired, Krishna is going to exhibit. And whatever you may want to see in the future, everything, moving, non-moving, is here completely in one place. So this is what? Complete. So this is the complete universal form which Krishna is going to exhibit to Arjuna, which nobody else have seen it. Rest, nobody could see this particular form. So Arjuna also could see the past, present, and future. Everything Arjuna wanted to see. Thus, Arjuna will be shown the future destiny of the relatives. Now, what does this mean by that? Future destiny of relatives. What is Arjuna going to see? Arjuna will be shown the future destiny of all the relatives and warriors. Yes, Ganeshan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, the annihilation of all the people and what is ultimately going to happen to each and everyone is being shown to Arjuna. That is what I understand.
Annihilation means what is he going to see? Yes,
He
correct.
is going to see the death of every person.
In what way? Death, yes, death in what way? What is he going to see?
Everybody were moving
They
into
all
the
rushed into the
mouth
mouth
of
of
Sri
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yes.
They were
Yes,
crushed under
everyone-
his feet.
Yeah, everyone is going to enter the mouth of Krishna. So what does that mean? What are the 2-3 reasons? I mean, what does that mean when Arjuna saw all the Kauravas, everyone going inside the mouth of the universal form? It
Everything begins from the Supreme Lord and ends
Yes.
with the Supreme
everything
Lord.
begins from him, everything ends with him, or it just, yes, goes back to him. Then second, what
There
else
is no death for a soul, Mataji. So nobody is dying. Means there's no death.
Yeah, but the body is getting perished, right? The body get destroyed. Yes. What is the clue for Arjuna in the future for the war?
He was just an instrument, Mataji.
Yeah, there is another thing. Yes, he's Nimitta Matram Bhavisavya Sachin. Krishna is like, see, I already killed them, Arjuna. You're just an instrument. Like you've seen some babies when father goes to work, the babies want to go with the father. So what does the father do? Puts the baby in the bike and takes him a ride, just for one ride, and come back and give the baby back to the mother. Or somewhere when they go for shopping, makes the baby sit in front. But the baby thinks he is driving. He holds the bike, and then he'll be so happy that he's thinking he's riding. But is he riding? He can't even reach the leg, cannot touch the ground. But then father is actually controlling, but he thinks he's driving and he's so happy. So similarly, Krishna is like, Arjuna, you think you are doing it, but it's actually not you are doing. It's actually me. So Krishna is showing that you're just an instrument. And Krishna is also showing that anyway they're going to die, Arjuna. Now you're saying you want fight. This is in the middle of the battle, okay? The battle didn't start yet, right? Krishna is saying this Bhagavad Gita before the battle started. So Krishna is giving the climax of the war. That Arjuna, you're lamenting now, no? How to kill the cousins and everyone. See, I already killed them. Bhishma, Dronacharya, everyone went inside. So it's me who's doing it, not you. Krishna is saying that I am actually the doer. You're not the doer. You're just an instrument. I've already killed them. I'm already going to kill them. You're just an instrument. You take the credit. Even if you are not going to fight, still I'm going to kill them. Because Krishna want to give moksha to all of them. Krishna want to wind up his pastime, take the associates back. So that is what he sees. All of them going inside the mouth of Krishna indicates that victory is sure for Arjuna. Arjuna is going to win. Everyone is going to die. Everyone came from Krishna, will go back to Krishna. Arjuna is just an instrument. Everything is done by Krishna. So that's one of the reasons. And Krishna is going to give liberation to all of them. One needs divine vision to see this universal form and cannot be seen with present eyes. Pure devotees do not like to see Krishna in any other form except the two-handed form. Why? Why does a pure devotee doesn't want to see Krishna in the universal form?
It has got all
There
the
is no
respects.
reciprocation.
All the respects.
Yes, no reciprocation, right? You can't have Madhurya rest with the universal form. There'll be like Kala Rupa and so much fire coming from the mouth. Can you have Valsalya ras? Can you have Madhurya and Sakya ras with that universal form? No, that reciprocation. Yes, the Bhava or Rasa get disturbed. So that's why devotee doesn't want to see that universal. And devotee doesn't want to know the opulence of the Lord. He is happy to know Krishna as the sweet cowherd boy of Vrindavan, a pure devotee. Therefore, Arjuna is told not to change the mind, but change the eyes by Krishna's grace. No? So that's what 11.8 says. Natumam sakshase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha Divyam dadami te chakshu pashyame yogamaishwaram. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Already, Arjuna has prema chakshus. But this, he's just coming down to the divine form. Because prema janachudita bhakti vilojanena sanda sadaiva hrudayeshu vilokayanti yam shyama sundaram gunasya achintya swarupam yam shyama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So unless you have the ointment of love, you can't see Krishna. But then here he already has prema chakshus. Now he's just coming down to the divine chakshus form, so as to, through Arjuna's eyes, we can see the universal form, right? And here it is mentioned about Shukadeva Goswami recites that here is the supreme person who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages. Okay. Devotees situated in transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by his loving feature, not by godless display of opulence. So playmates and parents of Krishna in Vrindavan don't even want to know that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, right? Because they are so immersed in pure love for Krishna. After the Brahma Vimohan Leela, Brahma is asking, Krishna, you have given the greatest task, that is creation, to me. But I am not able to understand you. But the Vrajavasis, they are able to understand you. And then Krishna is like, they don't want to know I am Supreme Lord. Their love is intense and pure. Whatever small or big I do, they love me. So that's the pure Madhurya ras in no Aishwarya Bhav in Vrindavan, right? So that's what here the Vatsalya ras and Sakya ras doesn't get altered in Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada quotes from the purport, Itam sadam brahma sukhana bhutya dasyam gatan nam paradevatena maya shritanam nara dhardakena sakham Vichahru Krita Punya Puncha. Krita Punya Puncha. This is Brahma describing the cowherd boys. How fortunate they are to play with Krishna. Here is the supreme person who is considered to be impersonal Brahman by great sages. The supreme personality regarded by devotees and a product of material nature by ordinary men. Now these boys, that is cowherd boys, who have performed so many pious activities in their, many pious activities in their past lives. They are playing with the supreme personality regarded. Now there is a play where they climb on Krishna's shoulders and run, and they touch Krishna and jump. So much plays they do, fight and try to defeat Krishna. So these boys and Krishna, they eat, and then they whatever they have eaten, Krishna takes and eats. So Brahma is seeing all this, and Brahma is like, they are Krita Punya Puncha. Krita Punya Puncha means they are so fortunate. I think Shukadeva Goswami says that. Yeah, Shukadeva Goswami recites this verse, yes. So he's saying that they're so fortunate. But when Krishna says that I am the Braja, the king, the prince of Vrindavan, my father have 9 lakh cows and all that. And what does the friends say? Tumi kon bada log, tumi omi sham. You think you are a big person? No, you and me are equal only, Krishna. If you want to play, you should become a normal cowherd boy. Okay. Yeah, how is universal form differ from other forms? What are the thing? Different difference between universal form and the 200 Shyam Sundar form? Is there any difference?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shyam Sundar form is pleasing and the universal
very
form
pleasing,
is
yes. Scary form, yes. And
scary
devotee
form.
wants to see the Shyam Sundar form. Shyam Sundar form is the very pleasing form, yes, very beautiful form of the Lord, very attractive form. And the rest of what he said is about the rasa, the relationship, the reciprocation with the universal form is different. And for a devotee, the Valsalya, Sakya and Madhurya is possible with the 200 form. Yes. Both are, what about permanent and temporary? Universal form is temporary, but the Shyams in the 200 form is permanent. But both are spiritual. Okay. And universal form is in the material world. Spiritual form, the 200 form is in the spiritual world. Okay. Any other difference? Devotee
Prema
wants
Chakshu to see the
yes, Prema Chakshus to see the 200 form, Divine Chakshus to
Divine
see the universal form. Good. Okay, so we'll have a quick breakout room. Yes. Devotees who are correctly situated in a transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by the loving features, not by the godless display of opulence. Explain this statement with reference to purport 11.8. We got the question. Devotees currently situated in the transcendental relationship with Krishna, there are different rasas, right? Are attracted by the loving features of Krishna, not by the godless display of opulence. What do you mean by that? And you need to explain it based on the purport 11.8. I put in the chat so that you copy the question. And we have a quick breakout room. By the way, I have posted the open book assessment. So please by 26th, the last date. Yeah, please upload it. Hare Krishna. Is everyone back? Not yet. Okay. Okay, so all are back. We'll take the discussion at the end of the class, okay? Just few more slokas. We'll finish the 5 more slokas. We'll finish the discussion and then take the breakout room question. So 9 sloka to 14, Sanjay is empowered to describe Arjuna's vision of the universal form. Why is Sanjay able to see the universal form? Because
he was given the vision of seeing the future by Vyasadeva.
Vyasadeva, he is the disciple of Vyasadeva. So that's why by the grace of Vyasadeva, he was able to see. Sanjay uvaja evam ukva tado rajan mahayogeshwara hari darshayam asha partaya paramam rupamaishvara. Sanjay said, O king, having spoken thus, the supreme lord of all mystic power, the personality of God displayed his universal form to Arjuna. So Sanjay is saying to Dhritarashtra that the form has been revealed. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, Aneka Buddha Darshanam, Aneka Divya Bharanam, Divya Neko Daya Yutam, Divya Malyambaradharam, Divya Gandanulepanam, Sarva Sharia Mayam, Devam Anantam Vishwato Mukham. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine praised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. So what did he see? The millions of hands, millions of legs, everything has been mentioned here. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, when Arjuna saw, what Arjuna saw was indescribable. But Sanjaya is trying to give a mental picture of the great revelation to Dhritarashtra. Neither Sanjaya nor Dhritarashtra was present, but Sanjaya, by the grace of Vyasadeva, could see whatever happened. Thus, he now compares the situation as far as it can be understood to be imaginable phenomenon. Nobody could describe, but Sanjaya is trying to describe because of the mercy of Vyasadeva. So 10 to 11 says, unlimited mouth, eyes, ornaments, weapons, garlands. By inconceivable potency of the Lord, Arjuna could see the unlimited sitting in one place. And 12 it says, Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yoga Pad Uttida Yadi Sadrishi Sasyat Basastasya Mahatmana. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance resembles the effulgence of the supreme person in that universal form. This was the light, the Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti, the effulgence coming from the Lord's body. Sanjay is trying to give a mental picture of the indescribable revelation to the Dhritarashtra. By the grace of Vyasadeva, Sanjaya, by the grace of Vyasa, could see all that happened in the Kurukshetra war. And also in the 13th slide says, Tatregastam Jagat Krishnam Pravibhaktam Anekada Apasya Deva Devasya Sharire Pandavastata. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansion of the universe situated in one place, all the divine to many, many thousands. So Sanjay is empowered to describe Arjuna's vision, seeing everything in one place, all unlimited expansion of the universe. All the planets of gold, jewels, everything could be seen. Tatra means indicating Arjuna and Krishna were sitting on the chariot and seeing everything from one place. Others on the battlefield could not see because Krishna gave that vision only to Arjuna. Arjuna is bewildered and astonished in the next sloka. Tatasa Vishwamya Vishto Hishta Roma Dhananjaya Pranamya Shirasa Devam Kritanjali Abhashata. Then bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on an Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. So as you can see the change of rasa here, this is where rasa, that is the rasa change you can see. Arjuna now, before what was he in the first chapter? Oh Achyuta Krishna, take my chariot and park it between the armies. See, that was the Sakyarasa. There's so much of friendship in the friendship rasa, that was the rasa. But now he's coming to the wonder and dasya form. So describe the change of rasa from friendship to wonder. But this doesn't happen inside Vrindavan. Inside Vrindavan, Krishna lives, Govardhan Hill, or do whatever wondrous thing, they'll be like, it's not you who's doing, it's Vishnu who's actually helping him. Now, because Yogamaya covers, so the change of rasas happens here. This proves that Krishna is the reservoir of all relationship. Symptoms of wonder can be seen here, indicating a calm, sober, and quiet personality being changed to ecstatic, astonished personality where hair is standing on her head and offering praise with folded hands. Another change of rasa can be seen with Devaki Mata, right? When she saw the universe, the 400 form of the Lord, and then she prayed with folded hands. Also, after killing Kamsa again. But Yashodamaya doesn't do that. The change of rasas you can see in the 2 slokas. Okay, now we'll stop in 14th sloka and we'll take the breakout room question. Yes, devotees who are correctly situated in transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by loving features, not by godless display of opulences. Yeah, I'll just open the room. Like, who wants to go first? You can speak. From which room? Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
I think Madhuri Mataji is not able to join the main room.
Oh,
I was able
Oh,
to
you
join.
are able.
Yes,
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
it's raining all over, so many might have network issue. It's okay. Yeah.
Room number 1, Mataji.
Ah,
Hare
no
Krishna.
problem. Yeah. Okay. So
Hare
someone else can say. Not able to join the main room, or she's back. Okay.
Janaja Mataji.
Welcome. And sometimes, no, when you leave the room, instead of leave the room, you might leave the meeting. So don't leave the meeting. Sometimes you get exit the meeting. Okay.
She is there. Janaja Mataji is there.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to leave. You just stay there. I'm closing the breakout rooms. Automatically, you come back to the main room. So who's telling Prabhu?
Janaja Mataji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Parents are on. Yes.
The pure devotees who are in transcendental relationship with the Krishna, it is the pure devotion, we can call it, is the highest stage of a devotion. So the goal of a devotion is attaining the pure love. So it's equally reciprocate. We can say that it is equally reciprocate, where devotees is also satisfied by the love of a Krishna, and the Krishna also satisfied with the love of a devotees. So Hasmin Tushti, Jagat Tushti. So there is no need of seeing or understanding Krishna's with his other opulences. As you quoted rightly regarding Devaki Mata, Yashoda Maya, who's after seeing the whole Brahmanda, she faints. And in other instance where that gopis were asked to give their dust in order to cure the Krishna's headache, they will give without any other second options, because they want to love the Krishna and they want to serve the Krishna. That is the only motive they have every time. This is the thing. The pure devotees in the transcendental relationship with Krishna happens, and they only love the Krishna as the mode they have with the Krishna. Like Yashoda Maya, she has a like motherly love, that every time Madhu Mataji rightly said during our discussion that when mother gets birth, the mother, without considering her pain and other instances, she'll hug she'll hug the baby first. That is the mother love, and the Krishna doesn't want to lose that. Because of that, he makes Yashoda Maya to forget everything, and again he experiences or he enjoys the pastime with Yashoda Maya Mataji, motherly love, and with his friends also, and with his gopis also, with his others also, everyone. So it is equally or completely reciprocate. So we could say the two-handed form, it is very pleasing. So as we discussed in our class, and the pure devotees, they already have a prema chakshu to see a God, Krishna in his original form. So there is no need of Krishna to convince them or convince them that he has a supreme one. Thus we have to follow, we have to obey him, we have to love him, because they are already loving. There is no need of convincing him. Because of that, they only love to see Krishna in a two-handed form, and they love his personal form. That's all.
Yes. Yes, Mataji. So before that, a quick discussion, like Krishna is called as the reservoir of all relationship, no? So what is another name of Krishna for that? The reservoir of all rasas. No, nobody knows. He's a reservoir of all rasas. It's explained by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Okay, Krishna is called Akhila Rasamrita Murti. In the sense, Akhila Rasa. All the rasas are Murti means that particular Vigraha, the Lord, the of the Supreme Person. So Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Krishna is called the reservoir of all rasas. So any rasas, all the 12 rasas, 5 primary and 7 secondary, everything gets coming from Krishna. So he's a reservoir of all the flesh. Okay, so Penaja Mataji have spoken from room number 1. So what about room 2 and 3? Who's speaking?
Hare Krishna Mataji, room number 3. Yeah, like a pure devotee likes to see Krishna in his two-handed form, Shamasundara form, because that's the original form of Krishna. And the devotees can like reciprocate in any 5 of the rasas. Whereas the Vishwarupa, like it is just the display of like Lord's power. And like devotees are interested in his qualities and sweetness. And the Vishwarupa is not like attractive to the pure devotees. Like they want to reciprocate with the Lord. And pure devotees are not even attracted by Krishna's other features, like even the 4-handed form and all. Like they are so like immersed in pure love that they do not even know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They just like to have loving exchanges with the Supreme Lord. And they take him as the personal friend.
Yes, yes.
Sunita Mataji, would like to add something?
No, Mataji, no. One thing I want to add is after many births, we get to have that rasas with the Lord. So why would a devotee want to see the Vishwarupa, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, yes.